Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to bring you along for another day working in our dealership.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new channel, my name is Dan and we're at NG Supercars and this is my dealership. We have some amazing cars that are for sale and some that are already sold and just need to go away, but we're waiting on transport or whatever. I'm going to give you an update on the shop and all the cars we got in the shop and cars that we're expecting to get hopefully soon, and some other weird deals that are going on, and just kind of bring you into the loop, keep you up to date. So I guess first thing we're gonna talk about is the Mustang GT350R. Well, we sold it over the weekend wholesale. We have another video talking about what happened with this car, but the short version of the story is we were grossly lied to about the condition of this car at auction when we bought it. And when it came in, it was so bad that we said, you know what, we don't feel comfortable selling it to one of you. We just didn't like it. There's just so much stuff wrong with the car. Again, go watch that video if you want to see all the details about it. So effectively, we just said, you know what, we're gonna wholesale it, we're gonna take the loss. It's our bad, we got screwed, nothing we can do about it. We sold it to another dealership, it's their problem. Don't wanna deal with it. We don't wanna sell it to one of you guys and have one of you deal with this problem child. What else is going on? Well, that car is sold, so the consignment 458 is done and paid for. It's going to be here for a little while because the new owner might be having us install an exhaust. Oh yeah. So already I'm liking this owner because that's the right way to do a 458. Throw in an aftermarket exhaust, get this sucker to scream like a proper Ferrari. So you may see it in videos for a while. It may be here a while. Don't know. It just depends how long the exhaust takes to get here and stuff. The F8. Yes, we have the F8. I did a review on it. Hopefully you've seen that video. It is for sale as of this point. A few people have emailed about it. No serious offers yet, but it's not listed on the website as of the filming of this video, but hopefully by the time this video is edited and done, it'll be on the website. Corvette Grand Sport Centennial Edition has a deposit. Person's working on getting financing arranged today, so probably by the end of the day or tomorrow it'll be officially sold. Such a pretty car. I love the look of that thing. And then Austin's 599, well, did a review of that. Good lord, that is the craziest sounding exhaust ever. It's just bonkers in a good way. That car is supposed to be going away today, so hopefully the shipper comes and grabs it because we could use the space. The Corvette Z06 I need to review today, so that's my plan, is hopefully I have the time to get it out there and review it. We finally got new tires on it, so that was part of it, is we didn't really want to review it until we got some tires, because the tires that were on it were, we think, the original tires. They were like 15 years old and complete rocks. They were just awful. New tires on it, sticks a little bit better, not so sketchy. Driving around that thing with those ancient ass tires, that thing I can't wait to review because it's just an animal. That car's waiting on an exhaust. As soon as the exhaust gets here, we'll install it and then it'll go away. Harry's car, we have a few parts to put in. It's just chilling here. BMW M Coupe is going away. It's actually sold already and it's going to Dubai. That's gonna be kind of cool. And the GT 500, which is still for sale on our website. So if you're interested in buying it, send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com. It's pretty much one of the cheapest GT 500s with this low of miles on the market. So someone's going to get a screaming deal on it. And then finally the 599. Yeah, so right now we're getting a paint correction and just cleaning up the paint, getting it prepped for sale. And then once we get it all clean, we'll get some pictures, get it listed on the website, and of course do a review of it. So it is currently F1 car. If you wanted it as a manual, we'll be able to sell it to you as a manual, and then you can just pay the difference and increase the cost basically of the conversion, and that's it. This car's gonna make someone happy. It's a very, very cool car. I have to replace the brakes on my trailer. I guess I'll do a video about that because it might interest some of you. Yeah, you'll see in that video the brakes on this thing are in just horrible condition. They're just screwed. I had to buy new brakes for it. Yeah, I don't think the brakes have ever been used on it. They literally look like they just rusted and fell apart. And the trailer's from 2006, I think, or something like that. So it's like 20 years old or something, and the brakes just rusted apart. So Yeah, beautiful day out today. It's supposed to be 80 degrees. My God, my phone is not stopping. It's been a busy morning already. Like 5 phone calls, 20, 30 emails, a whole bunch of text messages. That's what's going on. So I need to answer these text messages. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, another busy day. I've been wrenching on the trailer. Lots of emails, lots of phone calls. I am filthy. So I'm gonna wash up. I gotta grab the trailer tomorrow. I'm going to go pick up a 430 that's getting converted. So gotta run over to Houston basically. I'm exhausted. So I guess I'll film some more tomorrow. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
The next day.
Good morning, YouTube. It's now Wednesday and we're not off to a good start. Wednesday is our favorite day of the week for auctions because the 2 biggest auctions that we tend to watch are today, and Mannheim is down. Probably not gonna be bidding on much of anything. I kept trying to log in, it just keeps saying internal server error, so that's great. Helps a lot to be able to buy stuff when your website works. Whatever, so that is what it is. I guess we'll see if we actually get to see any auctions and buy anything today, but probably not. But I thought I should talk about yesterday, because I didn't film yesterday, and oh boy, did yesterday turn out to be kind of a whopper. Figures, right? The one day I don't bring my camera is when everything happens. So first of all, I went and picked up that 430 over there, which is going to get a conversion and a bunch of other work done to it. That was pretty uneventful. Everything went fine with that. The client's really nice, very cool guy. It just went smoothly. Everything was fine. So great. Get back to the stub, and I'm dropping off, or I should say I'm unloading that car. And as I'm unloading that car, first, a semi-truck, like a full semi-truck with a full car hauler, comes down the street. And I'm like, oh boy, okay, so first of all, we kind of push really hard to make sure that semis don't come down the street because we know that it's a problem. There's really not a lot of places to turn around. It's kind of sketchy. It's a very narrow road, and the roads leading in and out of the neighborhood, a lot of them are one way, so semi-trucks can't make the corners and stuff. I don't even know how he got down here in the first place. Well, it's the second semi that's come down here in the last week. And again, we always, every time we talk to shippers, we're like, hey, are you driving like a semi or are you driving like a hot shot? And the hot shots can make it down here, no problem. You know, I can make it down here with my 44-foot trailer, no problem. It's when you start having the semi-truck cab plus like a 52-foot trailer, yeah, you're screwed. It's just not enough space. He comes down here and I'm like, what are you here for? He's like, oh, I'm picking up the BMW. Okay, so the BMW is like crammed in the back. So now I got to move 4 cars out of the way to get the BMW out of here. So I start getting that going. And then while that's going, the California T, which is right there, which is getting a little bit more work done to it by us, that arrives. So I'm dealing with that. And then as that's happening, Josh arrives. Thank God. I needed some help. And then as that's happening, another truck comes down the road. Mind you, the one truck, the semi-truck, said they were going to be here at 5. We didn't know they were in a semi. It was arranged by the guy buying the car, not by us. This is why we like to arrange the shipping, because then we tell them, hey, don't send semis down here. The other one, again, we didn't arrange it. They never called us or anything. They were here for the Shelby GT350, which we'll talk about in another video. That whole thing's a thing. So now we got 2 trucks down here. One's in the road, one's over there. It's just like total chaos. We gotta move around cars everywhere. So we're grabbing keys, moving cars, doing all that stuff, running around. It's just like, holy crap. And so finally we get everyone situated. All the cars are loaded up and sorted. Oh, and the guy loading the GT350 didn't have the right, it was a whole thing. So we get the cars loaded, the trucks get out of here, and finally kind of wrap up the day. And I still had like tons of emails and tons of stuff to do. And in fact, I still got to do it today. So I'm going to spend the next probably 2 hours on the computer just doing stuff that I didn't get done yesterday. Then as I'm leaving the shop, I'm in my truck and I'm heading home, and I get a phone call, and it's from our neighbor, one of the neighbors that lives in the residential area down the street. And he's like, hey, can y'all not send semi-trucks down there because this one's stuck again? And I'm like, oh no. So I'm like driving down the street, and as I get, like literally as he's telling me this, I'm driving up and I see this semi-truck and it's stuck. And so what happened is, to get out of our neighborhood, there's only 2 right turns that you can take. the first road or the third road, because the other two are one ways heading the other way. The first one's your kind of best option, but there's 2 posts that you could hit. The second one is actually really terrible because there's like a drop off. And so what happens is the semi trucks try and make the corner. The truck makes the corner, and then the trailer falls into the drop off, and it bottoms out and gets stuck. And that's exactly what happened to this guy. So now he's stuck at the end of the street. And I'm just like, oh, and he's blocking 2 roads now. And I'm like, oh God. So I'm apologizing to this guy, and I'm letting him know that, like, hey, you know, we try and tell them, do not send semis down here. They don't listen to us. Or in this particular case, they never even called us. They just sent it. You'd think like the guys driving the semi trucks, like the good ones always are like, hey, I'm not bringing my semi down there. We're like, yeah, we know. We will meet you somewhere else. Okay. I guess they just have no fear or something. Anyway, so that was the whole thing. Yesterday was nuts. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and do an auction, try and there's a couple cars of interest. I doubt anything's gonna happen. We gotta take pictures of the F8 because a lot of you have been like, hey, where's the F8? It's not on the website yet. We gotta take pictures of the 599. We got the 599 all cleaned up, so that's gonna get listed. Fred's 308 needs to go back to Fred's storage. That 458 is sold. The Cali T's here just to get some paint correction stuff. The Grand Sport has a pending deal. It needs to close today. The guy needs to finally pay for the car. He's had about a week. The Z06 we're also going to get listed today, and I need to review it because it's nuts. And then the Shelby GT 500 is here. That thing, I don't know why no one's interested in that car. It's one of the cheapest in the country. Oh, and we're supposed to get another car for conversion. That car is supposed to be showing up today as well. So it's just busy. And I have 2 Ferraris that I'm probably buying next week, so we have a pending deal on that. So yay, more Ferraris. We need some more Ferraris. Oy, okay. I'm gonna go sit on the computer and do stuff. So, you know, Josh ran his car business for years buying hoopties, and he loves his hoopties. Actually, this one's pretty decent.
These are such a bargain car right now.
Yeah.
This thing is nice. Like,
it needs a little bit of cleanup, but
and even these have sticky button.
it was owned by a woman. There's all these nail marks.
Yeah. Sticky button problem, just like the Ferraris.
Oh, really? Stickies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we can clean that up.
But you get a lot of car for your money, but they can beat you up if you don't know how to work on them yourself.
Huh.
And I love buying a car with this in the passenger seat. It's never a good sign.
Claim check.
Yeah, it means it was at the dealer for work because they hang those in the mirror.
Oh. So something just broke and got fixed.
Or something broke and they were like, never mind, I don't want it anymore.
Just take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no lights on, so.
No lights. Well, we should take it to lunch or something and make sure it works right. And it doesn't smell like the last one. The last one smelled terrible.
The last one, the sunroof was leaking and it got mold inside.
Yeah.
This one's actually pretty nice.
I was teasing because we have not 1 but 2 SUVs now. We're becoming the normal dealership.
They're cheap relative to what the other stuff we're doing, so I figure we'll try them out and see.
Yeah, and it's a good looking car. I mean, it really is.
For the money, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this will be well under 20 grand.
I love it when I find
nice.
glasses in the car.
Nice.
Man, that dude could not see shit.
Oh, yeah? Check the glove box. Any gems?
Let's see. Hey, we got the books and the manuals.
Oh, all right. Or is there like a sunglass holder or anything? No?
Nothing up there.
All right. No other prizes. Well, of course, the trucking company didn't call us. They just showed up. That's how they love to do it.
Yesterday they got stuck leaving, making the last turn around our thing. There's a big ditch and the truck fell into the ditch.
I should have stopped and taken pictures, but I'll do it next time because I'm sure it'll happen again. Anyway, the auctions finally started working. Did not win anything so far. There's only 2 cars left that we're interested in. It's a slow day at the auction. Wasn't really anything all that exciting there. We gotta get some pictures taken. I still actually need to fix one of the brakes on the trailer, even though I already fixed them. One of them wasn't quite working right. And then I actually need to go get it registered, which I don't think I'll do that today. I'll probably do that tomorrow, but more fun stuff. Well, YouTube, it's almost 6 o'clock. Basically wrapping up for the day. Alan's still working on California, and he brought his little friend to help out. Did some work on the trailer, there was one of the brakes, one of the 6 wasn't working right, so I did that, got that taken care of. Put some grease on the axles, so that should be all good now. We gotta move around some cars tomorrow, and I gotta register the trailer, so I guess we're gonna do that. But that's kind of it for this one. So appreciate if you guys could like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and of course check out normalguysupercar.com and ngsupercars.com. Those are websites where you can buy parts and services and cars from us. We'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna be doing some cool car stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.